All right, everybody, welcome to the game tonight. This will be our final game here for the Lady Wildcats this season at home as we take on the Lincoln Way Southsiders. Currently, the Evanston Wildcats sit in 6th place in our division out of 7 teams with a record of 1-3-0. The Lincoln Way Southsiders have played 5 games and their record is 1-2-2. So, as with all these games, anything can happen and we always have a chance. If we win tonight, we also will be playing a week from Monday in a replay of a game from earlier this season against Naper Valley, as the first game we played did not have enough players to field a team, so we have to replay it to make it official. However, it seems unlikely we would win that game, as they are in first place in our division with a record of 4-0 and handily beating most teams, including us the both times that we've played them. We are missing a few skaters tonight. A couple of the seniors gone, Claire Koniger and Bryn Claire, both not here, nor is Jillian Young or Allison Koplow or Zoe Kramer. We also are missing O'Hara and, oh, there's Crow. I see Crow. But we have Isabel Graysick back, so that'll provide some offensive power for us. Wildcats have definitely done a better job in the regular season games of putting the puck in the net. Last game we lost 4-11. However, 4 goals is pretty good by the Wildcats standards so far this season. And we had a game where we put up 7 and another one where we put up 5. So hopefully the offensive output continues to be the same. Once again, our season's about to wind down. We have this game and one more, and then that's it. It seems very unlikely that we will make the playoffs. However, win tonight keeps that door open. I will not be broadcasting the next game when we play Naper Valley, unfortunately. So this will be the last broadcast for me as well. As I look over, it looks like Lincoln Way might have a short bench tonight. It looks like they only have 5 skaters. So I don't know if some of the girls are still in the locker room. But that could definitely work to the Wildcats' advantage tonight. Also don't see McKenna Spite here as well tonight. Just about 2 minutes left here in warm-ups tonight. Yeah. Any chance I could get you to help Matt in the box? It doesn't look like. Oh, perfect.
If he doesn't want to, I'm happy.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, 30 seconds left, and teams will clean up the pucks and head back to the benches. So I just confirmed with the coach that Lincoln Way does only have 5 skaters tonight. Should make for an interesting game. Coach Brownlee has been switching the lines up recently with a number of players that we've been missing. Looks like we're going to start out on offense with Graysick, Kleider, and Nord, and back on defense is Peterson and Crow. The Lincoln Way Southsiders versus the Evanston Wildcats. Wildcats in white with blue shorts and Lincoln Way in black with green. Lincoln Way dumps that one all the way in, and that'll be icing, and we'll have a face-off down in the Evanston offensive zone. Kleider taking the face-off. Lincoln Way comes away with it, but Graysick does a good job of retrieving it and keeping it in the zone. She moves towards the net, it's taken away from her. She chases back, sends it over to Peterson. Peterson back to Graysick. Now Graysick up to Kleider, and Kleider moves it in. She's got Nord with her. She fires a shot. That one's just wide and goes behind the net. Now Nord with it on the near side. She works for it. It's taken away by Lincoln Way. Lincoln Way sends it all the way down. Conaway picks it up, moves it up to Kleider. Kleider skates it into the zone and sends it towards net, but that one's wide. Lincoln Way retrieves and moves it back down. Weber out on the ice. She disrupts the play, and Angel takes it. Back over to Kleider. Kleider with the toe drag. Nice move shot, and that one's just wide. Peterson knocks that one back. Lincoln Way chips it out, and Conaway chases it down. Conaway looks to move it out, but doesn't get it out of the zone, and Lincoln Way comes in with a hard shot, deflected by Brownlee. Lincoln Way again with the center of the ice, and Weber tries to knock it away, and Lincoln Way still keeps it in. Now Conaway with it. She can't clear the zone. Shot there, broken up by Weber. Lincoln Way still with the puck. Shot there. Just misses wide. Conaway stuck her hand out and deflected it, but it almost deflected right back into the net as it took a funny bounce. Here comes Lincoln Way. Shot. Score. Lincoln Way takes a 1-goal lead here with 11 minutes. Been a problem for the Wildcats all season long, giving up that early goal. That continues tonight. Back out on the ice is Reichel, Nord, and Graysick. Graysick taking centering. Crow and Peterson back on defense. Here comes Nord with it. She brings it into the zone. She moves towards the net. Tries to get the shot off, but it's broken up by Lincoln Way. 10:51 to go here in the first period of play. Pass there, broken up by Graysick as Lincoln Way brings it into the Evanston zone. Battle for it on the far side is Reichel. Graysick steps in. Puck still lodged up against the boards over there. Finally comes out and Graysick has it. She chips it up and out of play. So we'll get a face-off right outside the Evanston zone. 10:22 to go in the first. Graysick steps off and Kleider comes back in. Lincoln Way chips it in deep. Crow with it. She skates it back around behind the net. It's taken away by Lincoln Way. Now Nord finds it on her stick. She chips it up, and she's got Kleider with her. Kleider moving towards the net. Kleider with the toe drag and then the backhanded shot, but that one's saved by the goalie. Peterson, she dumps it in towards the net, but it's wide. Nord chases it down, centers it, but nobody's there. Yeah, here comes Lincoln Way. They've got a 3-on-2 advantage. They move it in, fire shot. That one's deflected by Brownlee and then smothered up. 9:43 to go here in the first. Lincoln Way on top with 1-0. Evanston gets a line change in. Lincoln Way, there will be no line changes tonight. They only have 5 skaters. We have Kleider, Angel, Peterson, Conaway, and Weber out on the ice right now for the Wildcats. Peterson takes that one behind the net. Angel up to Plyder. Plyder skates it down. She's got Weber on the side. Puck just drifts off the head of her stick, and now in the corner, that's Angel and Plyder fighting for it in the corner. 9:21 to go. Puck finally comes loose. Angel has it. She's unable to get the shot off. And now Lincoln Way comes back the other way. Conaway chasing down here on the near side, knocks that one away. Good stick move, but Lincoln Way still gets the shot off, and that's deflected by Brownlee. Peterson moves it around to Angel. Angel centers it back to Plyder, and that one's intercepted by Lincoln Way. Angel still with the puck, and now we're going to get a penalty here on, looks like it could be Plyder for tripping. So Wildcats will be on the penalty kill at 8:53 in the first. Plyder in the box for 2 minutes. Nord and Graysick back out on offense. Crow and Conaway on defense. That one's knocked away there by Graysick, then out of play by Nord, and hard shot there. Nord comes up with it. She's got Graysick with her as they move it into the Lincoln Way zone. Nord fires a shot. Graysick there with the rebound. Nord picks that rebound up and then brings it around. 8:29 to go. Minute and 35 seconds left in this penalty kill for the Wildcats. That Lincoln Way pass just out of reach, and Conaway recovers. She sends it up to Graysick. Graysick and Nord. Graysick just moves it out of the zone, and Lincoln Way comes back with it. Now Crow with it. She chips it up to Graysick. Graysick sends it over to Nord. Nord brings it into the zone. Chews up some time on the clock, centers it, but nobody's there. Now Lincoln Way has to come back the other way. Just over a minute left on this penalty kill for the Wildcats. Hard shot there off of Peterson. Nord tries to clear that one out. She doesn't get to it. Now Crow tries to clear it out. She does and gets it up to Graysick. Graysick brings the puck into the Lincoln Way zone. Just killing some time. And finally taken off of her stick by one of the Southsiders. 40 seconds left on this penalty kill. Peterson with the puck, sends it out of the zone up to Weber. Ray puts it back in. Now Peterson tries to ice it, but that's broken up at the red line. Center line. And Lincoln Way dumps it back in. 20 seconds left on this penalty kill. Just over 7 minutes left to play in the period. Peterson and Angel move that one out of the zone, and 10 seconds left on this penalty kill. So Lincoln Way brings it back in for one last shot. That one's knocked away by Brownlee, and another shot from the rebound just goes wide, and the puck's bouncing right in front of the net. Still loose. Gets away, and Weber sends it all the way up to Plyder, who's got a 2-on-1 with Angel. As they bring it in, she toe drags and loses that puck, and now Weber keeps it in. It's still in. Lincoln Way finally clears it. Back up to Conaway. Conaway chips it off the board and back out of the Evanston zone. Lincoln Way recovers and brings it in, and shot there partially broken up by Conaway. 6:19 to play in the first period. Crow and Conaway on defense. We have Reichel, Graysick, and Plyder out on offense. Plyder taking the centering detail. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck. Shot there, broken up, and Reichel picks that one up. She tries to send it out of the zone, but it's stopped at the blue line, and Lincoln Way gets the shot off. Shot there. Oh, and that's going to be in the net. Coach is yelling that you cannot push the goalie in when she has the puck, and that looks like that's what might have happened. So, but they're not going to They're not going to take that. 6 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the first period, and Evanston finds himself down by 2 goals. Kleider, Reichel, and Gracek out on the ice on offense for the Wildcats. Crow and Peterson back on defense. That one comes in, and Lincoln Way finds themselves offsides. We'll get a face-off right outside the zone here for the Wildcats. Peterson chases this one down. Knocks it up to Reichel. Reichel unable to handle that one, and Southsiders sent it right back in behind the net. Good body there by Crow. Puck still loose right in front of the net. Lincoln Way shoots again, and finally Brownlee smothers that one up with 5:30 to play in the first period here. Nord, Angel, and Weber out on the ice for the Wildcats. Conaway and Peterson back on defense. Battle there by Peterson and one of the Southsiders as they move towards centering pass. That one's broken up. Nord has it. She's got Angel on her other side. Nord over to Angel, off of Angel's skate, and that one goes in deep. But Lincoln Way sends it right back out. Conaway picks it up off the boards over to Angel. Good move there by Angel. She looks to set something up, and she just dumps it in back behind the net. 4:55 to go here. Lincoln Way with the puck as they move it into the Evanston zone. Shot there, deflected wide by Brownlee. Now Nord with the puck. She's got Weber over there as well as Peterson. Finally, the puck gets cleared out of there. Lincoln Way recovers and sends it off the board and in, and Conaway finds that one on her stick again. 4:30 to go here in the first. Conaway sends it around to Nord, but Lincoln Way's there to intercept it. Battle over there by Nord. Conaway chasing this one in behind the net. Move there. Sends it up off the boards to Nord. Evanston still unable to clear the puck. Now Peterson with it on the boards behind the net. Shot there. Saved by Brownlee. Puck still loose and finally put in the net by Lincoln Way. 3:48 to play here in the first, and Lincoln Way has a 3-goal lead. Kleider, Gracek, and Reichel back out on the ice, as are Conaway and Crow. Looks like we might just be rotating 3 defensewomen. Here. Lincoln Way comes up with the face-off as they skated in their own zone. They bring it in. That one's broken up by Crow. Crow moves it all the way back behind the net. Kleider and Conaway over there. Now Reichel has it. She gets it out of the zone. Gracek tries to chase it down, but Lincoln Way beats her there. It's back in the Evanston zone. Shot there. Or sorry, that was a pass like for a one-timer, and Lincoln Way unable to connect on it. Now Conaway with the puck. She sends it up to Reichel. And that one comes out, and it's loose, and Marin's chasing it down, but looks like Lincoln Way's going to beat her to it. Puck comes back up to Reichel. She tries to get the shot off, but that's broken up by Lincoln Way. Good defense there by Crow. Snatches the puck away, and Peterson tries to move that one up. Puck does come out of the zone. Lincoln Way dumps it right back in. Now Peterson up to Kleider, but Lincoln Way's there again as it comes back into the Evanston zone. Peterson moves it up to Reichel, who then slides it up off the boards. Grayson and Pleiter here coming into the Lincoln Way zone. Pleiter with the puck. Back to Conaway. Conaway dumps it back in deep from the blue line. Now Grayson with it. Centering pass to Pleiter, and that one didn't find a home. Icing here, 150 mark in the first period. Lord Angel and Weber back out on the ice for the Wildcats. Crow and Conaway back on defense. Southsiders win the face-off, and as they try to move it out of the zone, they do. Conaway aims it towards the ref, and it hit the ref and ended up bouncing right to Lincoln Way. Now Angel with it. She's pressed against the boards by Lincoln Way, who sends it in, and that shot goes all the way down. That'll be icing, and we'll get a face-off deep in the Evanston zone. Well, both teams have short benches, so I imagine there's going to be a lot of tired legs as we go into the third period tonight. So that can open up scoring chances for both teams. Nord taking the face off. Crow with the puck now. She tries to move it out of the zone. Now Angel has it. Weber chases it down. Centering pass there. Just out of reach of Nord. Now Lincoln Way has it again. Kept in there nicely by Peterson. Peterson shoots. That one's swallowed up by the Lincoln Way goalie. 53.9 seconds left in this first period. Lincoln Way wins the face-off again. So they try to move it out. Peterson's there to stop it. Weber there to help. Peterson chases it back in deep. Conaway with the puck, sends it over to Nord. Nord unable to hang on to that one. Still not out of the zone here. Conaway with it. Being hassled by one of the Southsiders. Lincoln Way dumps that one back in. Now Conaway with it. Sends it over to Angel. Angel up to Nord. Nord centers it over to Weber. Just a little bit behind her, and after the first period of play, the Wildcats down by 3. Like maybe there was a little bit of a miscommunication with some of the Evanston players in front of the net for a couple of those goals because the puck was just loose, and Lincoln Way got 2 of those goals came off of rebounds where Brownlee had made the initial save and the puck was still loose. So we'll switch ends here for the second period. Evanston looked like towards the last part of the period, last couple minutes of that first period, Evanston's offense started to show flickers of life. Right now, as it stands, it's 11-3 in favor of the Southsiders for shots on net. Been a fairly clean game so far. Only one penalty in the period in the game so far. That was on Pleiter with a tripping call. And the Wildcats successfully defended that penalty. Starting off this second period, we have Pleiter, Nord, and Graysick, with Peterson and Crow back on defense. With Pleiter taking the offensive duties. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck after that face-off, and they push it in deep behind the net. Peterson with it now. She moves it up to Nord. Nord tries to move it up, but it's knocked off her stick by Lincoln Way. Peterson with the puck again, gets it up to Pleiter. Pleiter has Graysick out on the far wing. As Graysick brings it in, she moves towards the net. Lincoln Way takes the puck away from her. Now Crow has it. She dumps it back in deep. Nord chasing here on the near side. Peterson keeps it in. Pleiter comes over to help. And Southsiders come away with the puck after that scrum. They move it deep into the Evanston zone. And they call icing, so we'll get a face-off here back in the Lincoln Way zone. 12 minutes to play here in the second period. Wildcats so far this season have tended to score goals in bunches, so if they can get one on the board, it tends to open up their game as they start to gain confidence. Hopefully we see some of that. Lincoln Way with the puck. As they dump it all the way down, that'll be icing again, and we'll have another face-off right back where we were. 11:47 to play here in the second period. Nord, Weber, and Angel out on the ice on offense. Conaway and Crow back on defense. Nord comes up with the puck. Centers a pass over to Angel. Angel unable to connect on it. Crow keeps that one in. Battling for it. Finally, Nord comes up with it, and she dumps it back in, but the Wildcats have to get back on sides. Almost stolen there by Weber. Skated in quickly. Pass up here to Angel. Angel brings it in. Taken away. Crow then keeps it in. Angel with it on the far side. Angel and Weber on the far corner as Lincoln Way brings it around. And now the Southsiders bring it back into the Evanston zone. So they dump it deep. Crow chasing it. Lincoln Way gets it first. Centering pass broken up nicely by Conaway. Finally, Conaway moves that one out. Shot there. Didn't make it through traffic as Conaway was there. Lincoln Way still with the puck. Shot there. Saved by Brownlee. 10:28 to play here in the second period. Line change here for the Wildcats. And again, if you're just joining us, the Lincoln Way Southsiders only have 5 players, so no line changes for them. Pleiter, Graysick, and Reichel out on the ice on offense with Crow and Peterson back on defense. Puck loose, and Lincoln Way sends it back towards the net. Centering pass there. And that one goes all the way down for icing. Yes, they didn't call icing. Must have hit somebody's, deflected off of somebody's stick. But anyway, here comes Lincoln Way back into the Evanston zone. Shot there. Glove saved by Brownlee. 10-10 left to play here in the second period. Scoreless so far this period. I just realized I got to switch the period on the clock for you guys at home. Shot there, saved, deflected wide by Brownlee. Now Reichel, she moves the puck, tries to get it out of the zone, and finally Kleider comes up with it. She sends it over to Graysick. Hot pass. They didn't call offsides on that one, so. But Lincoln Way comes up with it. Peterson and Conaway back. Good defense there by Conaway. Centering pass. That shot's just wide. That shot there is just off the net, still loose. And Brownlee makes the wise choice of poking it away with her stick. Kleider coming with the puck. She moves in. Tries to get the shot off, but doesn't make it through the south sider. And then she takes a hard tumble into the boards, but she's up and she's okay. Now Peterson back with it. She tries to send it up to Reichel. Now Nord back out on the ice. Good defense again by Conaway. Moving in towards the net. Shot there. Centering pass. One-timer by Lincoln Way. Doesn't make it through Brownlee. Shot there. Another save by Brownlee. Now Reichel with the puck. She tries to send it up to Nord, but that pass is wide and goes deep into the Southsider zone, and we'll have a face-off here all the way back in the defensive zone for Evanston. Out on the ice now, we have Conaway and Crow, Angel, Weber, and Nord, with Nord taking the centering duties. 8:28 to play. Still scoreless this period. Puck loose right in front of the net. Now Crow with it. She tries to send it around. Nord comes flying at it. She's got it. She moves up. She's got Weber with her. Fires a shot, and that one's broken up by Lincoln Way. Angel tries to center that one, but it's broken up by the Southsiders. Centering pass there, taken away by Lincoln Way, and they send it all the way down, and that'll be icing. 7:54 to play here in the second period. Score still 3-0. Weber, Nord, and Angel. Nord taking the centering spot. Peterson and Crow back on defense. Lincoln Way wins another faceoff. They've won most of the faceoffs tonight. Weber trying to get that pass towards center. Now Nord with it, one-timer, and that one's swallowed up by the Lincoln Way goalie. Great pass there by Weber. Nord able to connect on it, but does not make it through the big Southsider goalie. Nord and Crow with it. Nord has it. She tries a shot. That one's deflected by the Southsider goalie. Lincoln Way with it again. As they look to send it up. That one won't be icing. As Evanston chases it down. Crow with it. Chips it up to Weber. And Weber knocks it out of the zone. Lincoln Way puts it back in. Good pass there by Peterson up to Nord. Here comes Nord with it. Shot there, and that one's right in the belly of the goalie for another save. Evanston with at least a few shots on net here recently, which is good. Eventually one of those will go in. despite it not looking that way right now. Grayson comes back out, as is Kleider and Reichel. Lincolnway wins the faceoff again. And as they skate it down, we've got Conaway and Peterson back on defense. Shot there, saved by Brownlee. Clock still reading 7 minutes. Looks like maybe a man running the clock forgot to click the button. Anyway, Lincolnway wins another face-off. Shot there, good defense by Conaway. Conaway having a great defensive night tonight. Peterson here in the corner. She chips it up and around. Now Kleider comes up with it. She's got Graysick on the far side. Pass there, and that one's unable to be connected on by Graysick. That's going to be a 2-on-1. Good defense there by Crow, who knocks the puck away from the Lincolnway player while Evanston catches up. Now Conaway over to Crow. Crow tries to get it up to Reichel, but just out of the reach of Reichel's stick. 6:16 to play in the second period. Guess they're going to call icing on that. We're going to have a face-off all the way back in the defensive zone. Kleider, Reichel, and Graysick on offense with Crow and Peterson back on defense. Kleider and Peterson here in the near corner, fighting for it. Reichel comes in to help. Puck comes loose, and Lincolnway has it, but knocked off her stick. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the second period. Centering pass. That shot was right off the side. It looked like it bounced off the side of the net. But that was a good opportunity for Lincolnway. Now Kleider and Peterson battling for it. Graysick finally comes up with it. She looks to chip it out, but Lincolnway keeps it in. Now Crow sends it up out of the zone and all the way down for icing. 5:29 to play here in the second period. Nord, Weber, and Angel back out on the ice. Looks like just running two lines of offense and rotating three defensemen. So the two offensive lines tonight are Nord, Weber, and Angel, and Kleider, Graysick, and Reichel. So Nord, Weber, and Angel out on the ice right now with Conaway and Peterson back on defense. Weber battling for the puck here on the near side. Breaks that shot up, and another break up there by Conaway as that pass went right towards the Lincolnway player for a one-timer. 5:15 to play in the second period. Nord taking the centering. Lincolnway wins with another face-off. Shot towards net. Bounced off of one of the other players and took a funny hop. Good save by Brownlee. Lincolnway moving the puck at will as they move it over. Nord tries to bounce that one off the wall. She does get it out of the zone. And Lincolnway turns around and sends it right back in. That pass, Conaway's pass intercepted. It was meant for it looked like Weber. And then a shot there saved by Brownlee. 4:37 to play in the second period. Still scoreless, but shots on goal continue to favor Lincolnway with a 20-6 count right now. Crow comes back on for Peterson. Nord, Weber, and Angel still back out on offense. So Nord tries to chase that one down. It's taken away by Lincolnway. Knocked away there by one of the Evanston players, and Lincolnway still has it behind the net. Centering pass. Now Weber with it, but it drifts off her stick to one of the Lincolnway players, and they fire a shot on net, and it's saved by Brownlee. Here we get the Graysick, Kleider, and Reichel line back out on the ice for Evanston. Crow and Conaway back on defense. Lincoln Way with another face-off win. That's Conaway with it. Graysick all the way up. Good pass by Kleider. She does get the shot off, but that's saved by Lincoln Way. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the second period. Lincoln Way, another face-off win. I'm betting they've won almost 85% of the face-offs tonight. Now Crow chasing down. Good use of the body. Great defense there by Crow. Wonderful defense. Conaway battling for it on the far corner. Still fighting for it. Centering pass. That one knocked away there by Kleider. Lincoln Way sends it back in. Crow working hard there. Almost knocks it off her stick. Now it comes up to Reichel. Reichel sends it over to Graysick. Graysick picks it up at center ice and brings it in. She fires a shot, and that one's just wide and deflected off the goalie's glove. Lincoln Way moves it back out, chases on. Conaway gets there first. That seemed like a penalty if I ever saw one, and it's going to be. We're going to call hooking there on Lincoln Way, and the Wildcats are going to be on a power play with 2:59 to go here in the second period. Faceoff will be all the way down here in the Lincoln Way zone. Nord, Graysick, and Kleider out on offense. Conaway and Peterson back on defense. Nord wins the faceoff, but Lincoln Way still somehow comes up with the puck. They send it all the way down. No icing, of course, as is the case on penalty kills. Peterson moves that one up. Conaway comes up with it. And she sends it deep. Evanston really struggling to get down there on the forecheck. Conaway keeps that one in, sends it over to Graysick. They try to clear it again. Conaway holds the line. Back over to Graysick. Graysick skates it around. Now over to Kleider. Kleider shoots, and that one's just wide and up over the top. Now Kleider with a good job right there. Still chasing it. And Lincoln Way recovers and sends it all the way down. 54 seconds left on this power play for the Wildcats. 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the period. Conaway moves it over, and Nord tries to get there, but skates right by it. Now Peterson has it, and she tries to move it around, and Lincoln Way just killing time here. 30 seconds left on this penalty. And that centering pass broken up by Conaway. Lincoln Way dumps it right back in. 20 seconds left. Lincoln Way still with the puck, and that one's scooped up by Brownlee. We're going to get a line change here for the Wildcats. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the period. 12 seconds left on the power play. I believe the Wildcats only got one shot on goal, if that, so far. So they can win the face-off. They can get a quick rush. Shot there broken up by Weber. Now Angel chases it, and now Crow gets after the puck and comes out over to Reichel. Reichel tries to clear it, and that's kept in by Lincoln Way. We're back at full strength here with 50 seconds left. Lincolnway just continually dumping the puck in. Centering pass there, doesn't find anybody. Now Crow wisely sends it down, but that'll be icing. 32 seconds left in the second period. We have Reichel, Angel, and Weber out on the ice on offense for the Wildcats, with Crow and Conaway back on defense. Shot there, deflected wide by Brownlee, just over the top, and Crow, great job of knocking that stick away. It was loose right in front of the net. 20 seconds here. Centering pass there, still loose. Weber breaks that up, and Conaway with the puck now. She tries to skate it down. Reichel comes up with the puck. He centers the pass over and doesn't find a home. Now Weber with it as Lincolnway knocks it back out of the zone. Well, at the end of two, that was a better period for the Wildcats as they gave up no goals. And the score remains tied 3-0. Our final period of play here at Robert Crown for the season. Hopefully the girls can show some heart and come out fighting here, as Lincolnway should definitely be tired, as they've had 5 skaters on the ice the whole night. Coach Durston, who's the assistant coach to Pat Brownlee, is talking to the girls. She was once a former Evanston High School varsity girls player, I think from maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And she's been an assistant coach with Pat Brownlee for the last 3. Shots on net in favor of Lincolnway by a margin of 23-8. All right, here we go. To start this one off, we're going to have Kleider, Graysick, and Nord, with Crow and Conaway back on defense. Terrific defensive play by the Wildcats in that second period. Kleider on the centering job here. Lincolnway been fantastic at winning faceoffs, and they come up with it again after a faceoff. Conaway chasing this one down. Tries to move it up to Nord. Nord tries to clear it out, but Lincolnway keeps it in. Lincolnway centering pass. That doesn't find a home, and shot there from the point. Swallowed up by the Evanston goaltender, Brownlee. 12:38 to play here in the third period. We're here at Robert Crown Community Center. Crow replaced by Peterson, with 3 defensive players. They're getting a short shifts, which is good. Keep those legs fresh. Now Kleider with it as she skates it up. Lincolnway keeps it in. Centering pass there, deflected, but good save by Brownlee. Missing a defensive player there in front of the net. Now Peterson with it. Fighting two Lincoln Way players. Here comes Pleiter with it. She's taken off the puck by Lincoln Way. Nice play there by Peterson to keep it in. Shot there, and that one just goes wide by Graysick. Now Conaway knocks that one back, but Lincoln Way gets there first, and they'll send it back into the Evanston zone. Peterson chases this one down. Graysick and Nord. Shot there by Graysick. Saved by the Lincoln Way goalie. 11 minutes, 21 seconds to play here in the third period. Couple good hard shots by the Wildcats. Nord stays out as her line mates come back out to join her. Weber and Angel. Crow and Peterson back on defense. Now Weber with the puck. She tries to center it, but good play there by Peterson as she sends it towards net. Another centering pass there, and that one gets away. Now Crow chasing this one down. Good defense by Crow. As Lincoln Way has to settle for just dumping it deep. Shot there. That one's loose in front of the net. Rebound shot saved by Brownlee. Nord fires that one over to Angel. Just out of Angel's reach as it slides into the Lincoln Way zone. 10:40 to play. Crow with the puck. Loses an edge. And Lincoln Way skates it right into the Evanston zone. Shot there. Saved by Brownlee. 10 minutes, 29 seconds left. Leiter, Reichel, and Graysick. Crow and Conaway. Finally, the Wildcats come up with the puck after a face-off. Good move by Graysick. She's got Pleiter with her. She fires a shot, and that one's saved by the Southsider goalie. 10:19 to play here in the third period. Peterson comes back on for Conaway. For Crow, excuse me. It's Peterson and Conaway back on defense. Reichel, Pleiter, and Graysick. Evanston wins another face-off. Now Pleiter with it. She skates it back behind the net. Over to Graysick. Graysick back to Pleiter. Pleiter looking for an open lane. She skates with it. She moves it in. Over to Graysick. Graysick takes a nice move. Backhand shot into the net! And Evanston puts it on the board at 9:52. Great puck movement there by Pleiter and Graysick. And Graysick fires a backhand shot up over the goalie's right shoulder. Evanston reduces that deficit to 2. Crow comes back out on the ice for the Wildcats. Lincoln Way moves it around. Crow keeps it out of the Evanston zone. Graysick skates it back in and around. She fires it up to Pleiter. That's caught up in Reichel's skates. 9:35 to go. Solid defensive play by Peterson, and Crow sends that one up to Graysick. Graysick still fighting for it, and she comes up with it. And back to Reichel, and Lincoln Way comes up with it again as they move towards the net. 2-on-1. Crow back on defense, saved by Brownlee. The hard shot there by Lincoln Way as they come in again. Centering pass, and Lincoln Way easily stuffs that one into the back of the Wildcats net. Nord, Weber, and Angel come out on offense. Crow and Conaway back on defense. 9:04 to play here in the third period. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck after that face-off. Comes out of the zone, and Crow initially keeps it out of the Evanston zone, but Lincoln Way fires it back in. Now Conaway with it. She sends a pass. Great pass there by Lincoln Way, or by Angel. Nord with the backhand shot. That one deflected wide off the goalie's glove. Terrific pass there from Angel. Now Nord up to Weber. Lincoln Way comes up with it and sends it deep into the Evanston zone. Puck loose behind the net. Now Conaway with it. She tries to send it around. Shot there, saved by Brownlee. Conaway chases this one down up to Weber. So Weber fires that one down the ice. That won't be icing because it's right on net. 7:54 to go here. Lincoln Way bringing it back into the Wildcats zone. Graysick back out on the ice for the Wildcats in place of Nord. Centering pass there. Just a little bit out of reach, and a hard shot there just off the right post, or the left post. Leela's left. Broken up there by Peterson. Now Angel battling for it, but eventually taken away from her by the Southsiders. Fighter now back out on the ice in place of Weber. As is Crow. Comes back in for Conaway. Shot there, saved by Brownlee. Crow sends that one around the boards. Lincoln Way centering pass. Broken up by Crow. Now Crow with a good pass up to Pleiter, who's had it caught in her skates. And it's Pleiter and Graysick here on the near side at the glass. 6:52 to go. As Lincoln Way sets it up and brings it back into the Evanston zone. Shot there, saved by Brownlee. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the third and final period of this game tonight. Evanston trailing by 3 goals. We have Graysick, Weber, and Angel out on the ice right now for the Wildcats. As is Weber and Conaway. Pass there, intercepted by Conaway. Good move. She brings it in. She just dumps it in. Smart play as the lane wasn't open on the far side. Now up to Reichel. Reichel tries a centering pass, does get it off to Weber. Another good play by Conaway. Weber gets the shot off. That one's just wide. Reichel chases this one down. Lincoln Way knocks it up off the boards. Moves it into the Evanston zone. Conaway battling for it on the far side. Lincoln Way moving the puck around nicely. Reichel tries to move the puck out of the zone. Able to get there. Shot, one-timer, and that one's saved by Brownlee. Here comes Lincoln Way again with this hard shot. Saved by Brownlee. .541 left to go here in the third period. Nord, Weber, and Angel out on the ice for the Wildcats. Now pass up to Nord. Nord comes in. She fires a shot. Pick up, score by Weber. Weber, great job trailing and picks up the rebound. Knocks it in the back of the net. At 5:28, score now 2-4. I believe that might be Weber's first goal of the season. Good for her. Good offensive play there by Weber to trail that play, always looking for that rebound. Because a good hard shot is a lot of times hard for the goalie to stop. And so it'll bounce off the pads, and if you do what Weber did, you pick it up and knock it right back in the net. 5:28 to play here in the third period. It's like maybe Lincoln Way called a timeout. Each team entitled to one timeout. So with 5:28, looks like they're just giving their players some rest. Timeout's over. Reminder, 5 minutes, 28 seconds left to play here in the third period. Evanston trailing by 2. Thanks to a quick goal there by Gabby Weber. Graysick, Nord, Weber, Crow, and Peterson. Lincoln Way brings it in. Hard shot just over the top of the net. Peterson chasing this one down in the corner. Centering pass there. Intercepted by the goalie, and we'll get a face-off here over on the far side. Graysick takes the centering job. Lincoln Way wins the face-off. Send it in. Now Weber with it. And that was a good pass by Weber, but bounced funny off of Nord's stick and went right back to Lincoln Way. Looks like a bouncing ball out there. 4:47 left. Lincoln Way moves it back into the Wild Kids zone. Now Nord comes up with the puck. And she loses a handle on that one as she was skating towards the net. Lincoln Way sends this one deep into the Evanston zone for icing. We'll get a face-off back in the Southsider zone. Leiter, Angel, and Reichel. It's like maybe Brownlee has switched up the lines here again for this last third period push. So we have Reichel, Pleiter, and Angel with Crow and Conaway back on defense. Gleason wins the faceoff. Shot there by Conaway. Doesn't make it through the Lincoln Way traffic, and Lincoln Way comes up with it. 4:11 to play. Lincoln Way moves it into the Evanston zone, right towards net. Shot broken up by Crow, and that puck sails out of play. Nord back out on the ice for Pleiter. Looks like maybe they're going back to original lines, or I guess we got Reichel, Pleiter, Reichel, Nord, and Angel. As Nord brings this one down, and she's taken off the puck by Lincoln Way as she made her way towards the net with 3:47 to go here in the third period. Nord taking the face off. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck. Lincoln Way brings it in towards the Evanston zone. Peterson chasing this one down. 3.5 minutes left to play. Here comes Nord again. She's unable to fight her way through traffic, and Lincoln Way takes the puck right back. Now Conaway up over to Peterson. And that one's broken up by Lincoln Way. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left. Angel tries to move that one across. Southsiders move right back in, centering pass. Angel sends that one out of the zone, but Lincoln Way puts it right back in. Peterson picks up the puck from behind the net. Chips it up to Reichel. 2:53 to go. Shot there. That one's off the side of the net. Peterson or Conaway goes over to pick up her stick. Puck's still loose. And shot there. Taken away by Conaway. Sends the puck around. 2.5 minutes to go. Evanston moves it out. It was Nord moving it out of the zone and unable to handle it, and Lincoln Way brings it right back in. So they skated around behind the net. Centering pass there, saved by Brownlee. Shots on net now, still in favor of Lincoln Way, 35-15. But the Evanston offense definitely looking much better this period. We have Angel, Weber, and Graysick out on the ice right now for the Wildcats with Conaway and with Peterson and Crow. Lincoln Way wins the face-off, and that one's intercepted by Angel, who tries to send it up to Peterson or to Weber. We're going to get icing and come right back here into the defensive zone for the Wildcats with 1:55 to play. Graysick at the centering dot. Lincoln Way gets a puck and fires a quick shot. 1 second. Floats off the clock, and we have 1:54 to play. Nord back out on the ice for Angel. Nord, Weber, and Graysick. Lincoln Way still keeping it in. Now Crow with the puck. She brings it in, skates hard. She tries the backhand shot. That one doesn't find a home, and the Lincoln Way goalie smothers it up. Good strong play there by Crow. Looks like Coach Brownlee's now called a timeout, and he might be pulling the goalie here with 1:34 left. Which is a good choice or good spot to try this, because we have an offensive zone face-off, which means that hopefully, even if they don't win, we can get back and apply enough pressure to take the puck back away with a one-person advantage. Normally, the coach will not pull the goalie until you either have that or until you retain possession of the puck and get it into the offensive zone. So with 1:34 to play, down by 2, Evanston's pulled their goalie. in an effort to try and get one quick goal and maybe two quick goals. So out on the ice right now we have Graysick, Nord, Weber, and Peterson and Conaway. We haven't seen Pleiter out there in a little bit, so I don't know if she's maybe hurt or something's going on. So anyway, here we go. Lincoln Way wins the faceoff again as they move it around. Crow's there to keep it in. She sends it back. Now here's Grayson with the puck. She fires a shot. That one's broken up. 1:22 to play. Weber battling for it. Grayson comes in to help. Grayson finds the puck. She looks for backhand shot, and that one's loose. Now Peterson back up to the point. Peterson tries a shot. Now Grayson with it. Crow keeps that one in. Now Grayson with it over to Nord. Just off the Nord stick. Just about a minute left. Nord comes back in with it. She tries the centering shot, but unable to get there. And this puck sends all the way down with a great shot. And that one, bounces off the post and doesn't go in. Now Peterson with it. She sends it up to Conaway. Conaway has it over to Nord. Now Nord comes with it. Backhand pass. Now shot there by Weber. Or sorry, that's Conaway. I don't know. Puck still loose. Nord fighting for it. 36 seconds left. Peterson at the point. She fires a shot. That one doesn't make it through traffic. Now Graysick with the puck. She moves it in, moves it off her stick. Now Conaway with it. Graysick with it. 23 seconds left. Now Graysick down to Nord. Nord fires it towards the net. Nobody there. 15 seconds left. Peterson moves it back in deep. Conaway has it. She centers it. That one's broken up by Lincoln Way. Now Nord over to Crow. Crow fires a shot, and that one's saved by the Lincoln Way goalie with 4.6 seconds left. .6 seconds here. Not enough time to win the game, but a little time to save some face. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck, and they just look to hold it, and that'll take us right to the end. Good, strong finish here for the Wildcats. After giving up 3 in the first period, nothing in the second, and only 1 in the third. They scored 2 in the third to make it a 4-2 game. Well, everybody, thank you for joining me tonight and for this whole season, actually. This will be our last broadcast for the season, and my last broadcast for my daughter's hockey as she's a senior, and after next Monday's game will not be playing anymore unless she plays in college.